When you're ready. Yes. Welcome to another episode of Afrobeat Live Fan Zone. There's a lot to cover today, a lot to talk about. So let's get straight to it. First of all, if you're watching us on Instagram, sorry the video is not that great. Welcome to our Fan Zone. We are now live on Instagram. So if you're watching us on Facebook, we're also live on Instagram. To my left is the returning guest. Soon we got to make you a host or something, man. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Yinka George.
Let's give him H1B.
The original co-host of the ABL Fan Zone with his Man City hat, Man City jersey, and I don't know what's up with the jeans jacket, but that's okay. We'll forgive you for that. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Carlo.
Thank you. It's good to be back. And Dwayne, thank you for the hat, man. I got the hat made in Nigeria, so I want to thank Dwayne for arranging that for me. If you want more hats like this for your team, maybe Liverpool or Man United, talk to Mr. Dwayne. Reach out to him. I'm sure he can arrange something for you. But look at the lovely hat. You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Huh?
Yeah, I have my Chelsea is in the room. Again, my name is Taya Kimboni. I'm the host of your Fan Zone. Today, I'm going old school. I'm excited about MLS is coming back. For those that don't like MLS, that's your personal problem.
I love MLS.
I love MLS.
Following it already.
I'm going really old school, 2000. This United jersey, just to celebrate the return of MLS. Link. Oh, the link. I'll get it. So, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Carl.
Yeah.
Where do we even start?
In fact, we have too much to talk about. We have the Champions League games. We have the draw. We have the Premier League games. We have Europa League. We have the FA Cup. We have all the nonsense going on in Greece. We have MLS. And we just got so much to talk about today. I don't know if 1 hour is going to be enough, but I want also start off with really the review of the games of the Champions League round of 16.
Yes.
I mean, we start off with the PSG versus Real Madrid. I thought PSG was going to do something in that game. But my fear, again, was always the fact that PSG has a soft underbelly. Right? Which means they are top-loaded, but the midfield and the defense clearly are soft, and then the coach is completely useless. I'm sorry.
So remember we had the conversation here, and I picked Real Madrid. And I told you the reason why I picked Real Madrid was the fact that PSG is not ready. This is not a fantasy league. You don't buy superstars and think they're just going to work. When you play in a weak league, week in, week out, it's hard for you to get up for big games. Unless you're a team like Barcelona that just have a system. What makes Barcelona work is because they have a system. Yeah. You can bring a kid from the U12 on the senior team and he will play to that system. PSG doesn't have a system. They want to use a superstar. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's still a young team.
And when that one superstar has a breakdown or the car has a breakdown, you're. But even with that, come on. I mean, they were just. I mean, the mistake the coach was making. You didn't play Thiago Silva in the biggest game away. You play some kid who's making mistakes. I mean, what the heck?
He can tell you when he played Thiago Silva, nothing happened.
Sure. That's true too.
So they're just not ready. I'm sorry. I said it before. I'll say it again. PSG is not ready. PSG is never going to win the Champions League in the next 5 years.
So let's join the Premier League then. Let them join the Premier League.
It's not going to work.
I think they have a lot of things going against them this year.
Which is?
The fact that they, like you said, they're a young team. So they're coming into the league. The manager doesn't really have a philosophy or a system yet. He just knows he has a bunch of stars. One star, Neymar, is kind of a child. He's not really mature yet. That's also a negative, and that hurts them. But I think if you give them a few more years, which they're probably not going to, they're going to find a different manager. But if you give him enough, I don't know his history of being a manager, but if you give him more time, and if he develops a system, and they play to it, and he keeps those guys together, they'll eventually learn to play well.
Because they can't even keep Neymar for 2 more years.
To be fair to him,
if you look back to Man City, when we started the influx of money, we were just throwing stars together.
Yeah, true. I mean, to be fair to the guy won the Europa League 3 times in a row. Unai Emery. So he has that.
With what team?
With Sevilla.
What league?
Spanish league.
Exactly. Not French league. Listen, I know people hate me for saying this, but right now I will rate MLS above French league.
No, how about that?
That's just me.
I don't know about that.
I want to thank everybody logging on Facebook. Fisayo, say I hail thee. Michael, thank you for watching. Carlo, mashallah, thank you for joining. So, guys, if you're here, you're online, just, keep sharing the link with your friends and family. Let's have a talk. So, enough about PSG. PSG is a waste of money. I'm sorry. I'm not excited about them. Juventus and Tottenham. Tottenham having a spectacular game in the first game by drawing 2-2.
Yeah.
And then coming back to lose it at home.
It's unfortunate. They had so many chances, though. They had so many chances. I watched that game. I was actually pulling for Tottenham. I really was.
How do you go to Juventus Turin and you get 2 away goals? You come back to London, Wembley Stadium. You're 1 up at halftime. What the hell happened? Did he freeze? What was he thinking?
I think it's
just park the bus now.
No, they don't say. But then you wouldn't like it. You would say he parked. People like you wouldn't like it. You say he parked the bus. I think he did exactly what you just said. I feel like these managers now, they are under a lot of pressure to not be Jose Mourinho. Everybody doesn't want to park the bus. There are times when you can pull back. It's not necessarily parking a bus. And Poch didn't do that. Poch didn't pull back his guys and say, you know what? They have to chase the game now. Let's sit back. Let's defend, break on the counters, and make moves. But they didn't do that. They kept pressing, and they got caught.
So here's the thing. Remember we had a conversation one time when everybody said, who would you pick? Klopp? I think it was Carl that was saying between Klopp and Pochettino. And I say Klopp.
Yeah.
Because Pochettino doesn't have the heart.
No.
He doesn't have the fire, underbelly to fire those guys when needed. He has a good team.
You don't think that same thing can happen to Klopp? You don't think Klopp? Listen, Klopp would have been pushing for.
Let me tell you something. You guys, both of you are Man City fans, right?
Yes.
Klopp is a choker.
Let me say something, right?
In the big games in the finals, he got choked.
Listen.
Champions League.
Give Klopp the right team, he will win. Have you seen
Dortmund when he had Dortmund in the final against Bayern Munich?
He's Bayern Munich.
Look,
he has Golazes and Giants.
He
overachieved.
They had no reason to lose that game.
He overachieved at Dortmund.
What of Liverpool against City when Pellegrini was coach? That useless coach we had, and he choked.
Have you seen Pep put a player's head to his head after a game or during halftime?
Of course.
Say, wait the F up. Yeah. Let's play. Have you seen Pochettino ever fire anybody up?
I've seen him fired up. I haven't seen him fire somebody up, but I've seen him fired up.
Exactly. See, you have to understand as a coach, for you to get the best out of your player, there's got to be different tactics. Yeah. Some coaches are not even tactical guys. Mm-hmm. They're just motivational, like Mourinho. You see what I'm saying? So, Pochettino is too tactical to get the best out of Tottenham.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you.
I don't know.
If they win the FA Cup, we'll be singing a different tune.
Okay.
Seriously, we will be singing a different tune.
But to your point, the number one problem in that game that they had against Juventus was that Pochettino froze. He froze. He froze when Juventus changed from a back 3 to a back 4. Was now opening up the midfield with Dybala and the other guy that brought in. He froze. He should have brought in Wanyama. Should have brought in other people to kill that midfield. He froze. He ran out of ideas. And when you run out of ideas, I'm sorry, that's what happened.
So.
Speaking of run out of ideas, what happened to Sevilla and Manchester United?
Look, I actually picked Sevilla to win. Man. I do not believe. Look, Jose Mourinho.
I was surprised.
Yeah, actually, we both did.
Yeah, Jose Mourinho is going to stick with his thing. It doesn't matter who he plays. I think he has passed what he used to be. Now everybody when they associate you with parking the bus, like you are the poster child. I mean, it's bad. And he doesn't want to change is the thing about it. His team that he has right now, he could achieve so much more with that team.
When I watched the first leg in Seville, I was like, man, this guy's missed too many chances. But the second leg in United, man, Sevilla was wonderful. Nzonzi was running that game, Ty. This is the guy who was at Blackburn and Stoke.
Yeah.
But the guy United are better.
Thank you.
I don't know.
No. How come Pogba didn't start that game?
Yes.
That's another problem.
Why would you now start your best midfield?
Pogba wanted to make a point. He wanted to make a point against Pogba.
Well, you're at home now.
Think about today. Was there a reason not to play Pogba and Alexis? Yeah. Because they're on vacation pretty much the next 2 weeks. He just making.
I didn't even watch today's game.
Chelsea fans, you better buy Pogba.
He's just going to ruin Pogba.
I mean, the guy. I mean, Pogba's not playing. I mean, I think he's overrated. Anyway, Pogba's overrated for £90 million.
Yeah, but it's still good enough to start on that team. Yeah. Especially when it's a big game. You gotta play your best players in a big game. Why are they big players for? If you're not gonna play them in a big game,
I don't know. Look, Jose Mourinho. He's more famous for his antics off the field now.
Speaking of antics, how about that 12-minute
segue? You know what? I wanted to save this for the air. I kind of disagree with you guys a little bit because I listened to the whole thing. I watched it. He makes good points. The problem is the timing. He shouldn't be talking about that now.
Okay.
The point he's making about the heritage, if you look into what he's saying, he's making good points.
Okay,
but it sounds like this is the bad time, especially when you're falling so behind City, right? This is the bad time to make it. Maybe after the season, you can talk about this here. Because if you look into the merits of what he's saying, he's making good points. But seeing that you were the managers of all those other teams that beat United, you shouldn't be making that point right now.
I mean, how do you...
It's the time.
That's what I'm saying. There's a right time and place for everything.
Yes.
You just lost. And you are representing
exactly.
This is about the one paying your salary.
Bad timing.
I mean, you
don't bash your balls.
Bad timing.
The guy was basically saying, "What I have is crap."
What I was given was crap.
What I have even now.
No, I don't think he said that. He said what I was given. Like basically, he's saying.
Pogba, was he giving Pogba?
He bought Pogba, but let's give the guy a little bit of leeway. The guys that he inherited, Pep. The point he made that I actually agree with, the guys that Pep inherited, I was start Otamendi, Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling.
It wasn't Otamendi that nobody wanted. They say it was rubbish.
But my point is, Pep inherited these guys and made them better. Abi, who did he inherit from? Who did he take over from?
Van Gaal.
Van Gaal. Who did he get from Van Gaal?
Martial.
That's the point he was making. What I'm saying is bad timing. It's bad timing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you...
The timing is bad.
You basically, crap on your team, your management, your players, and then you now say, I beat you guys then,
and it's known,
I beat you
and it's known for that.
To losing.
So, how do you motivate players? How do you motivate?
So they have no heritage. That's what it is. He's basically saying that Man United have.
I'm not a Man U fan. If you're talking about heritage, Manchester United has got them
20 titles now. You don't buy that in the market.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the only thing they have to hold on, because when you talk to Man U fans, you say, you guys suck. Look at our trophy. Yeah. Look at our history. We're the most. You just crapped on it.
Just crapped it. And I think he was trying to say after Fergie, like he just didn't construct that whole thing well. He should have started like after
12
Fergie,
minutes.
Then boom,
12 minutes.
But he lumped everything together and made it seem like they don't have any heritage.
Listen,
I was like, what?
I watched it. I started cringing. Like I don't like him, but I hate when people just mess up badly.
It's like
watching a Trump speech. You just, is that my president?
Absolutely. And the funny thing, if the guy has said, look, we didn't play well. We need to play better. United deserve better. People forgive and move on now.
Yeah, it's almost like he's begging to be fired. I don't know what.
I don't know,
because he keeps talking about after him.
I'll tell you this though.
He said that as well. He said that after me, the next manager will find
some players here. Somebody's calling it. Somebody calling? Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think he's trying to be fired.
So that's fine. Let him get fired. Let him go to PSG. PSG will be worse than ever.
He even crapped on PSG. Saying that the French league, saying that you could go to another league where before you even start one game, the league is already in the pocket.
Oh goodness!
That's what he said.
Isn't that a mental problem?
It's mental at this point because.
And I'm glad, Fasayo, you feel free to call in 202-681-0389. I know you're going to defend Jose Mourinho. That's your job. I don't know how much he's paying you in Ghanaian cities, but you're more than welcome. Call your brother Theo too. Hey, whatever you said. Before, just to cap up the recap of the Champions League, before we go to the Champions League, I want to talk about, and I'm not going to say anything. You two are Man City fan. I want to get your true opinion. What do you really think about the Chelsea-Barcelona game?
I think that Chelsea were unfortunate and unlucky. Because if those goals that Willian had hit the post 2 times had gone in, that would have been 2-1. First leg. Second leg in Barcelona, the goalkeeper, Akpere made some bad mistakes. right? But the way in which I saw Chelsea attack that Barcelona back four, if I'm by Barcelona hierarchy, I'll be worried. Because if you unleash a Liverpool front three or a City front three against that back four, there will be problems. There will be serious problems. So for me, I was like, man, I see what they're doing, but they were quite unlucky. But then at the same time too, maybe they had a test run against us to try to prepare.
I agree with you. I feel like that first game, that was the time Chelsea had to make an impact.
Yeah.
And you're right, the right word is unfortunate. They were so unfortunate because one of those balls is a little inside and we're talking 2-1. We don't know if Barcelona would have come back. There's no way to say. Yeah. Well, we know what we saw. We saw the 2 chances missed. When they got to Nou Camp, I knew it was going to be difficult for Chelsea. Yeah. Not saying that Barcelona just killed Chelsea away. They dominate possession like City does. Everybody knows that. But those 2 goals that they scored, that first goal, that's sad. That is sad. Yeah. That the goalkeeper, the angle was so narrow. It went through his legs twice. Come on.
And this is the problem with the champions. You cannot make mistakes. If you make a mistake, you're punished.
And that first goal is a killer.
Look at Sevilla United. Yeah. One mistake, boom, done. So look at Tottenham. Mistake, boom, you're gone.
Because that first goal took all the air out. It was just like, oh.
And I'm glad you guys said it, because if I said what you guys are saying, people would kill me on the internet and say, "Oh, because I'm a Chelsea fan." But this is the absolute. I think Chelsea was just unfortunate.
Yeah.
First game at home, we hit the crossbar or the pole twice.
Twice.
Away
before they scored.
Yeah, away we hit the pole twice. With the Alonso free kick, and and Alonso had a great chance. The shot, if it was 5 yards to the left or right, it was in.
And then the Conte one that who kicked the ball instead of Conte kicked the ball instead of somebody else when it was free on goal. 2 and 3 on goal. Remember?
Oh, Fabregas.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, really, their goals, they had maybe 4 or 5 chances and then were clinical with it. I can't take anything away from Messi. But Courtois got to do better.
He's got to do way better than
I see people joined us. Rahul Rasdan, thanks for joining, Rahul. Thanks, it's been a long time. Lano, good to see you online as well. Thanks for joining. Femi, Femstar, Toby, my cousin Toby, thanks for joining. All the way from Lagos, Nigeria. Thanks for joining.
Oh, nice.
Naboth, thanks for joining. Toby is a lady, by the way.
Oh. Nice. So they were just unfortunate. I feel like
thanks for joining.
The cards didn't just go their way because a couple of missed chances here and there. But we also got to give Barcelona a little bit of credit. The tactic deployed with putting Dembele in on that wing, that's what City does.
That's the best game I've seen Dembele play.
Yeah, but to put him in that situation when he hasn't really been playing well, it means that he studied for that.
They played their game, but I think that's the best game I've seen any Chelsea team playing against Barcelona. Even when we beat them 12 years ago, whatever, we didn't play as well as we played in this game. Yeah. I've never seen Barcelona defense get one out like that.
The score didn't reflect the game.
No, not at all. So, but it's one of those things that happen. Yeah. So, the quarterfinal Champions League draw. Kyle, you want to take this one?
Well, I think it's just an amazing. I mean, it's on a fair draw to the English team because it would be nice to see the English teams not meet each other. But then let's look at the first couple of draws. First of all, Juventus Real Madrid. I mean, that's an epic. This was the final from last year being replayed again.
We got a call coming in.
All right.
Lord. Oh, Lord. Where did I start now? Yes.
Hello. How are you doing? I did a call.
How you doing? Nothing. No.
Okay.
I did happen now.
I did a long time. See your side. See my heart. We're doing. Give me.
How you did, Paje? I mean,
I forgot. I did, and I think the Liverpool guy is there. I forget Sexta. I think Seg. Anyway.
So Paje, go ahead. You're on here.
I don't listen to now. They hammer my guy Mourinho, so I don't enter.
Okay.
I did where I don't feel talk because he loud inside so I don't come on now.
So Paje, honestly, what do you think about that 12-minute rant?
The what?
The 12-minute rant from Jose Mourinho.
No. I mean that I didn't listen to the whole thing. I think he made some points where he was off base on some other points.
So
he just but let me just give you a synopsis of why because I think for me personally when I watch Jose in that thing, it's one of those things where yes, he's angry about what happened and he's trying to contain himself because after you beat Liverpool, nobody was expecting him to lose to Sevilla.
Okay.
Because Liverpool is on fire right now. So if you look at him after the game in the post-match thing after the game against Liverpool, this is a guy who felt, you know what, I've taken care of Liverpool almost. Sevilla is going to be nothing. And for that kind of performance to occur, you know, sometimes even when you're grasping for answers, you're mad at yourself, you're mad at the situation, and you just, you know, and you're in front of cameras. That said, you know, there are some things that you guys are saying and criticizing and saying, oh, he doesn't know how to do this, doesn't know how to do that. I'm going to say one thing right now. Every single coach has a certain philosophy. Win, lose, or draw, they're not going to change. And every coach has had it work for them and backfired against them.
Okay.
Including the coaches that you like.
Okay. So there's some coaches that they like to attack, just like Pochettino. Pochettino likes to play a certain kind of way, attacking that. The times he's supposed to change, change. Like when it comes to City, you cannot go and play City in their own field, using the same kind of approach. That's why he get hammered. So he doesn't know how to change. So Mourinho is not the only coach with that disease. All of them have it. No, Conte doesn't have it.
Conte is pragmatic to a fault.
Conte doesn't have
Because
it.
there are sometimes
Conte knows when to defend and he knows when to attack.
No, well, and there's sometimes when you have to look at what is. For one thing, Conte. Wait. I'm sorry, Nathan. Okay. I know we gotta go. I'm talking to Big Uncle here.
Okay, you're on air because we got about to cut you off.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that Conte, for instance, waits too long to make changes sometimes.
No. Changes is subjective.
79 minutes to put up.
Pajay, you're talking about coaching style.
So let me understand this.
Changes and all that stuff is those are game management.
So a Chelsea fan is bashing his manager.
Well, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is that
Did you hear that?
Don't get me wrong. What did they say,
bro? They said Chelsea fan.
Why they bash your manager now? Like for Mourinho now?
And you're supporting Mourinho.
Huh? No. I like Conte. But there's also some things that Conte has done that I wish that he wasn't doing.
Okay, we are talking about Mourinho. Defend Mourinho, please. Let's read some comments.
Okay, my point is that game against Sevilla, both legs against Sevilla were bad. It's almost like Man U didn't have no answer to Sevilla in either of the two matches, right? And I think you should have done something different. For me, if you see that a team knows how to pick up your team apart, crowd the midfield, Vico. Put Fellaini, Matic, and Pogba. Let all three just block that.
I'm glad you mentioned Pogba. Why didn't he start Pogba?
See, the problem...
Because Pogba is in bad form. Even when they came in, see what he was passing.
Pajay, the problem...
Look at the punches he was making.
Pajay, the problem is that Man United have a philosophy with the way they play football that's been there for 10, 20, 30 years. Right? The whole... Okay. Parking the bus is not the philosophy that Man United are known for, which is the problem they're having right now. So right now, when they don't win, there's pressure because they're not playing the way when they see City or Liverpool play, or even Chelsea play when they're offensive. They park the bus. That's not the Man United way. So unless he changes his philosophy, is it that he changes or he gets changed? That's what's going to end up happening if he doesn't win trophies.
Well, I get that, but also Man United also wants trophies. So whichever manager is going to come there and do it, because for instance, if you look at Real Madrid, you're talking about parking the bus. If you look at the team that Ancelotti took over, that was the bus parking. They won the Champions League parking the bus and countering. And who brought that to Madrid?
Yeah, but the problem you have right now, the problem we have right now in EPL is the fact that we have six teams that can win the league. It's not a I-Liga of Barcelona and Real Madrid. Anybody can win the league. And if you're not winning the league, at least play good football. That's what the fans want. And right now, after the six...
I get that. Yeah. I get that. But sometimes playing good football is not always going to win the league. Ask Pochettino.
Only one person can win the... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, ask Klopp. Klopp has not won the league in 3 years and he's playing good football. Even Pep, with all his pedigree, came last year and he didn't even win his phone.
Yeah, I hear you.
Thank you.
So sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. Like right now he's working for Pep. There's no guarantee that
Pajay, I love the way you totally forget about your reaction to the 12-minute rant, but thank you for calling.
No. Let me just say that was bad. But that was like
God.
a Mourinho moment when he's on his period.
That's the first
I
thing.
don't give him that.
Oh, it's on his period. This is the first time I ever heard in my life you bashing Mourinho. Saying one is on his period, and two that was bad. That I didn't expect that to come from you.
Yeah. No, I call a spade a spade.
About time.
I call a spade a forklift.
We have
No. When it's a spade, those 5% when it's a spade, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. We have some comments online.
Yeah, we have a few comments
All
online.
right.
Jessica Esekori, thanks for joining. Michael says that when Messi retires, Barcelona and Argentina are in trouble. He will have the same effect that Kante had when he was injured. Michael says, how much is MLS paying you? It's not paying him. And
Sometimes you're just a fan. It's what you
joy
love.
of the game. You should
Passion
watch
is passion.
watch all the games are good. Watch NYCFC, watch DC United, watch LA Galaxy, and Atlanta too. There's some good games going on.
So let's talk about this Champions League draw. Let's go back.
Going back to the Juventus. So the Juventus Real Madrid is interesting because data says that whenever there's a two-legged tie between the Juventus and Real Madrid, Juventus always wins. Whenever it's a one-legged tie, like a final, Real Madrid wins. So this is going to be critical. So the Juve Real Madrid, I think Juve goes through this time.
So you're picking Juve?
I'm picking Juve.
I'm picking Juve as well. Funny enough.
I'm sticking with Real Madrid that I picked against PSG that whooped PSG, so I'm going with my Real Madrid. Again, it goes back to the league. I'm sorry. If I look at both leagues, Madrid has a way of playing in Champions League. Sometimes data is good. It's like history.
Yeah.
History kind of guides you sometimes, but history sometimes is completely wrong.
Yeah.
And so is data. You know. So, all right. Seville, Bayern Munich.
Picking Bayern.
I don't know, man. I mean, for some reason, I just feel like the Spanish team is gonna do something here.
Can I be blunt?
Yeah.
Cinderella is over for Sevilla.
No,
I can't
man.
be any more blunt than that.
No, man.
Cinderella is over for
Bayern is too technical.
But I mean, come on.
I mean,
firepower all over the field. Are you kidding me?
We'll see, Sha.
Oh.
We'll see.
Right.
But most probably Bayern Munich. Probably Bayern.
Liverpool City.
It's not even a question.
I mean, what do you expect me to pick?
But honestly, without
even if I didn't think
without being
the City,
go ahead. Without being a City fan, right? I don't see how they overcome City in two legs. So second leg being at the Etihad, and the run that they have to play now with to preserve fourth spot against Chelsea, Tottenham, United that week. I don't see it, and they have a Merseyside derby in the middle as well. I don't see it.
So here's what I said. Right, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Man City fan. I'm going to go with City, and the reason being is it's a two-legged game.
Right.
Liverpool firepower is almost as good as City, if not at the same level. But defensively, they're not as good as City.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper wise, it's not as good as City. When you play this game, one thing can make a huge difference. We've just seen how goalkeeping costs Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
And for years, Arsenal suffered from goalkeeping. For years, Liverpool suffered from goalkeeping, and they're still suffering. So I'm going to go with City based on that.
I think the best thing about this game is the fact that they've played each other twice.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about it.
And that's 4 times this year.
If I was Pep, I would take that first video, I would toss it in the trash. That 5-0, you can't base that on what you plan, what you're going to plan, because they had 10 men.
Yeah, but before the 10 men, they were one of them.
There's nothing to study in that game. There's nothing to study. What are you studying? You're studying playing against 10 men? It's not going to help you.
No, you can study the fact that the first 15 minutes, what happened to 3 at the back? Because we're 3 at the back.
Okay.
We're 3 at the back.
After the rest of the 15 minutes, just throw the rest in the trash. Because it's not going to help you.
Honestly, I would just took the whole game. I agree with you on that one.
Focus on the game that they beat us.
Yeah, but you can't focus on that either. You know why?
Why?
There's no Silva, no Mendy, no company.
Yeah, but when you're studying that game, you're looking at...
So if you really want to study it properly, right, you can't use on either, because there were 4 of the key players who are not even there. So you can't take both games and say, okay, I'm going to focus on...
has not been that good, and even you can attest to that because you've criticized them so much.
But Stones was trash, and Stones would not have started that game if Company was available, and Company will be available, and so will Silva, so will Mendy most probably. So even the second game itself, throwing in trash as well. But let's even assume that the second game is even okay, right? Liverpool cannot play that tempo for 180 minutes, right, and also have a Merseyside derby in the middle of it. It's impossible.
I'm not even worried about the Merseyside derby. I think Klopp is going to focus like a laser on this
and then he loses top 4.
Well, I guess he'll lose top 4 then because this is important to him. This is his benchmark. This is how he will be measured for the rest of the season. How did you do against it? They're not going to remember the Merseyside derby. They're going to remember how did you do against the best player in the league, and you're supposedly number 2.
But let's even
assume
that okay, if you take second game, he's conceded 3 away goals. 3 away goals in a Champions League, you're dead. Because you still have to come and play the second leg at in another with the top team that's scored 85 goals in the league so far.
I'm picking City, but I know this is going to be a very close game.
I really don't think it's going to be close.
I like your optimism. I support it. I
think that Manchester City and Pep Guardiola have invested so much in the club that at this moment it is a marker that they're going to set that's going to change the course of history.
I really enjoyed this battle between two Man City fans. I don't have much to say.
I actually think the difference in this game, funny enough, is going to be in the midfield. It's going to be our midfield creative players. It's going to be Fernandinho. Because the firepower matches the firepower, like you said. They got power, we got power. But they cannot replicate what we have in that middle called Fernandinho. That guy is the second most important player.
Him and I have this debate, right? And I'm going to bet him a lunch that Guardiola does not start Aguero at Anfield.
Yes, I bet him a lunch. Aguero is going to start that game.
Because you know why?
Can I come for that lunch?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you in on the bets? Wait, what do you think?
No, I'm not betting. I'm just coming to enjoy.
Both of you.
And here's the reason why. Whenever Jesus starts for Pep with Sane and maybe Bernardo or the high pressing that Jesus gives is much more than Aguero, and he plays a higher tempo and he presses from the front.
We'll see.
Aguero has a poor record at Anfield.
We'll see.
Honestly, I don't even need to argue. I enjoy both of you guys argue about this particular game. The only thing is I'm really mad at you for picking two EPL.
Let's not say that though. It looks bad.
It's suspect though.
But it's a live pick though. I don't know how you manipulate live picks.
Even my wife said, how come? No, it's not possible.
Even me too. I said, how they all the Spanish team avoid each other?
Shout out to Nicola. She said, it's not possible.
How did all the Spanish team avoid each other and the two English team, they face each other.
So Michael is saying on Facebook, Henderson is not good enough. Hopefully, Emery is not badly hurt. So, who are you picking? Are you picking Liverpool or are you picking Man United?
Everybody, all of these guys want to pick Liverpool.
Just pick it. Pick with us.
But here's the question, Ty. If you want an English team to win the Champions League, if you really want one, would you pick Liverpool or you pick Man City?
If you ask me as a neutral person, I would pick City because I think City is playing the best football right now.
I mean, yes, I think everybody will agree with that.
City's playing the
unless
best
you don't like football.
And that's why I pick City because, Liverpool is playing great. But Liverpool, you never know, man. But City, you know what you're going to get. Even when City is getting beat, they still play the same way and they try to play their way out. And their style is built for Champions League. Mm-hmm. Their style is built to play against the Spanish teams.
Right.
So that's why I'm really kind of mad at you for.
It's a good draw. I mean,
it's a horrible draw.
It's good teams.
Yeah, it's two good teams. So I enjoy it. Finally,
and
Barcelona.
Is there a point of talking about that?
There's a point though.
Some people like
Carl makes me laugh.
Look, the first leg is that the first leg is Barcelona. Understand the person in Barcelona, right? Mm-hmm. All they need is to keep a low score. And then they go to Rome and they play Casanaccio. See what they did to Napoli now, Roma. Okay. 4-1 in Napoli. Chelsea, what did
Napoli is an Italian team.
Yeah, what did you do to Chelsea? No, it's not 3-0 and 3-3. Okay. Right? So don't write them off.
So who do you pick for this match?
I'm on the fence.
You're really on the fence.
Wow.
You're really on the fence.
I'm so shocked right now. I don't even know.
How tall is this fence?
I don't know what's going on right
It's very short. It's very low.
God is in love with Barcelona.
It all depends on how that first leg goes. It all depends on how the first leg goes.
So, again, I guess either you and I will agree because we seem to pick a lot of teams again. I'll go with Barcelona. How about you? Okay.
There's no question.
There's no way.
After the first leg.
No, you have to pick now. You can't do after the first leg.
Okay, I'll pick Roma.
Can we have a lunch bet on that?
Let's bet.
A separate bet. Me, I like lunch. In case I like food.
We can do a drink bet, a cook bet.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
no problem.
Deal. I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
Nice one. Michael says Man City. Yeah, we figured, but we just want you to type it. We figured. So before we move on to the show, I want us to, Kyle.
Yes,
you had a poll online.
Yes, we had an ABL fans on UEFA Champions League quarterfinal draw survey where we put it out for people to vote on, and we have the results in, and we have some interesting comments that are in. So I want to spend the next couple of minutes just kind of going through what some of the comments that came through, and then what we want to do is actually draw the names of people who participated.
This one is not UEFA. This one is no cheating.
It's not UEFA.
But you know what's funny about this draw? Let me just put my grievances down now.
Yeah.
When you actually sent it out, I thought you meant pick the teams that you would like to see. Mm-hmm. I didn't know you meant pick the teams that would likely be the draw.
Right, which is why we're doing a random draw.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So, full disclosure, Kyle is not qualified to win. I'm not qualified to win.
Right.
If you're ABL staff, you're not qualified. If you're ABL family like Yinka, yes. But ABL staffs, you're not qualified. So, I just want to put the full disclosure on this. Just in case we pick.
If I win as well, Joro.
Or somebody else that's been on the show before and everybody is starting getting mad at us. No.
Right. So, I'll do a few of the comments that come in and we'll do the drawing. So, one of the comments is from a United fan. He picked his number one pick for quarterfinals was City versus Real Madrid. That was his number one pick. This is a United fan. Obviously, that's what he'll pick. So when we asked him, why did you select the platinum draw? Why did you select City versus Real Madrid? He says, I want City embarrassed by a team that Doi and Carl and Yinka thinks is weak.
Wow. That's like Yinka.
We you didn't collect the names.
Oh, okay.
And then
sounds like somebody related to him.
So when we asked the same guy, when they asked the question, which team do you dislike the most? He said Chelsea.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Look at me. I'm not surprised.
Then we said, why do you hate this team? He said, I hate their fans.
Look, I hate Chelsea as well.
I'm
Chelsea's
not surprised.
my most disliked team.
I'm not surprised.
We had another one. I picked one more. We had a lady who responded as well. When they asked her, she supports City. Says, what's her draw? She wants City Sevilla in the quarterfinals. That's why I said, because I think City can beat Sevilla as well.
We don't disagree.
Right. But overall, guess who the most hated team is?
Chelsea.
Liverpool?
It's got to be Chelsea.
Chelsea, 38%.
Wow.
It's got to be Chelsea. Nobody likes us.
Followed by Barcelona, 25%.
It's partially jealousy, but it's okay. Don't like us.
You guys are loud. You're too loud.
No, it's not all of us. We do have a few loud people.
Few, but majority.
We have a few better
If we do a
people.
small poll of our personal group,
Listen, one thing that you guys understand, please, let me put this out there right now. Right now, the reason why Chelsea is the most hated team is because Arsenal is doing bad. Chelsea is the most hated team because Arsenal is doing bad. Chelsea is not as loud as Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans are loud, annoying, and they are peasants. So for the last 3 years, they've been humbled. Yes, I said it. Arsenal fan, you've been humble. So now everybody is turning their negative energy on Chelsea fans.
Right.
Thank you, Arsenal fans.
And to cover up the question, the service of the dream final, 50% of people said they want FC Barcelona versus Manchester City as a dream final of the Champions League. That's what they said.
So let's play the draw. Right before you do the draw, I just want to thank a couple people that joined. Bell, thank you for joining today. Badmus, thank you for joining all the way from Salisbury. Ayo Dele Oseni, thank you for joining. So let's do the draw.
So we're shaking it up. This is not UEFA, but this is ABL.
This is highly scientific drawing.
Very scientific.
Right? And the winner of this gets a jersey with their name at the back. So, not Oimbo jersey, original jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So Ty will pick the winner.
I know you can't pick it because you qualify. So
enter pick yourself.
Shake. You have let all the thing out. Okay, they will say cheating now. Put it back in. Let's do this again. Let's do it again. Put it all back in. It's looking suspicious now. Now it's looking like UEFA things. Shake it again.
High tech drawing. Look at this. All right,
so pick one.
All right. So I'll take it, Kyle. Give it to him to read down.
Yep. So here you go. No UEFA here. This is clear. We're opening it. And the winner is Shego Wolabi.
Oh, a Liverpool fan.
Really?
Shego Wolabi, you got yourself a brand new jersey with your name at the back. Shemu Olabi, congratulations to you.
Congratulations. Hey, call me later. You have my number. You want Checkstar or Shegun?
We'll also do one for the semi-finals, so keep watching ABL.
All right.
And participate.
So that's really, really great. Let's move on.
Shegun will be here at the next fan zone to receive his. Hopefully, would have lost Man City by that time.
Hopefully.
So I want to talk about the breaking news real quick that just came out today before we move forward about Real Madrid potentially buying
Lewandowski. Breaking news, yeah.
What do you think about that? Have you heard about it?
No.
Yeah. So apparently the two clubs have agreed on terms.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting for the player to agree.
Yeah.
It just happened maybe less than an hour ago.
But here's the thing, that somebody has to leave Real Madrid for that to happen.
They'll get rid of Benzema.
You know what I think?
Benzema.
You know what I think? I don't think Benzema is going.
You think ABL?
They don't have a bench as far as a striker. Who's the backup for Benzema right now?
Asensio, doesn't he come in?
Nobody.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah,
Asensio can play attacking mid, he could play anywhere. Yeah. He's not an out number 9. Benzema is the only number 9. They used to have Morata backing up Benzema. Morata is gone. So they need somebody. So what's going to happen? I think Lewandowski is going to come in as a starter, and then Benzema will come off the bench.
That makes sense.
So they don't really have to get rid of anybody.
So Tottenham will be happy with Harry Kane staying at Tottenham then?
Exactly. So that means Kane is staying 1 more year.
I mean, somebody else must go into Bayern Munich. Who's going to go? What striker?
Oh, I don't know. They will find somebody from Bundesliga.
Yeah, from Germany.
They will find somebody from Bundesliga. They always rate Bundesliga like that is their property.
Yeah, this summer is going to be huge in terms of.
I actually think this summer is going to be boring as far as transfer window.
You think so? Yeah.
Real Madrid is really, really smart doing their deal early because you have the World Cup. And the World Cup season,
prices go up.
But deals are done slower because everybody wants to see who's going to perform in the World Cup, which doesn't historically determine who's a better player.
The window is now shortened, right?
Exactly. So kudos to Real Madrid for that move.
Griezmann, City. That's what I heard.
Griezmann to City.
Yeah.
To replace who?
I thought Griezmann was going to Barca, Barcelona.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Our team is
you guys don't need anybody else.
We don't need him.
Yeah.
No. So this
unless Aguero says he wants to be, then we'll need him.
You want to talk about the Premier League?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to do a quick analysis of a few games to understand what happened. Like the 25th of February game, United-Chelsea. What exactly happened? Because Chelsea dominated the first half. But then, what happened? I mean, you had no Morata, no, what's his name, Giroud up front.
That's what happened. You don't have a striker.
Yeah, but the false 9 worked in some other games.
False 9 works to clog the holes, to stay distant, to stay compact. But when you need to go forward, false 9 is not necessarily the best to go and score.
Yeah.
So when you don't have that man that can stretch the field, that top 9 that can stretch the field, you're going to run into a problem. That's why we ran into a problem with Barcelona first leg. That first 9 worked to clog the hole, to stop Barcelona from penetrating in between. But then we couldn't attack. We couldn't score. Yeah. Even though William had a good one, but, so...
So who's going to finish second? I mean, that's just one of the questions that we have right now. Out of Chelsea, United, City, Tottenham, and...
My pick earlier in the season was Chelsea's finishing second, but right now I have to admit it's going to be Man U because there's only 7 games left.
I think so. As good as
we're running out of time.
You think Man U is going to do it?
Yeah. There's only 7 games left.
Yeah, but I mean, look at how close Liverpool are. Man.
They're very close. I still think it's going to be United second.
They're really.
United has to lose.
The problem United have is Liverpool's next games are Watford, which they played today, Palace, and Everton.
Okay.
If they win those 3 games, United have to beat City at home to be. Or they have to they'll probably beat Swansea as well.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that United still has to play City.
They have to beat City at home.
They might barely.
And Liverpool has better goal difference right now.
But Liverpool still have to play Chelsea and...
That's it. And Everton. That's it. They have an easy run.
Chelsea and Tottenham. Right?
They played Tottenham already. Maybe it was 4-0 first leg. The second leg was 2-2. They played them already. They only have to play
twice.
Yeah. The first leg they beat them 4-0. Remember in the beginning of the season.
Okay.
The second leg was 2-2.
Well, I can look it up.
It's going to be tough, but I still pick Man U.
I think Liverpool's going to go second.
Picking Man U.
I think because there's not a lot of game left. There's no time left. It's going to be Man U. I don't see Man U not. It will be a catastrophic loss if they don't finish second or third.
Tottenham is the one that may actually drop out from the top 4.
Why?
Yeah, for sure.
Because Tottenham have to play Chelsea and they have to play Manchester City as well.
And
Now,
Tottenham doesn't have heart.
The only advantage they have, Yinka, is the fact that they played us in between the second leg or in between or after the second leg that we played Liverpool twice and Man United at home. So we may drop points there.
You guys have a deep bench, man. Don't worry about it. Tottenham is going to fall off. I really believe
don't know if we have a
it.
deep
Because
bench
now, think about it right now, right? So Chelsea is out of Champions League.
Yeah.
We have to focus on that top 4 and maybe FA.
Yeah.
And we have enough depth to really, really finish. To put
I would be
everything we have.
happy if Chelsea falls out of the top 4.
I know you would. I know you would. Yeah. You know, classic hitter.
Yeah.
You know.
I admit it.
I know you would, but we'll see. We'll see. You know.
Europa League, but relegation. I mean, Stoke is gone. West Brom are gone.
I can't believe Stoke.
Stoke is gone, man.
I still don't want to give up on Stoke yet.
Stoke is gone.
I would be shocked. West Brom, yes, I agree with you, West Brom.
Ty, who's the manager of Stoke?
Look at it again.
Who's the manager of Stoke? Not Lambert, something Lambert.
Harry Lambert.
How's he going to do it?
Come on now, within this Stoke.
He's competing. Unless Huddersfield goes down. But they're ahead of Stoke right now. Stoke lost today again.
Oh, yeah, they did lose today.
No, I'm not giving up on these guys. They have 27 points. They have
but
3 points off
but you can't.
not being relegated.
They've already played a game. Everybody else has a game to play.
Oh, yeah. They have 31 games.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I'm surprised.
They have to play Tottenham next.
West Brom is definitely going.
West Brom is gone.
Speaking of Stoke, Michael, I know you're watching. Your Stoke that's supposed to make top 4 is not making bottom 2. I don't know how else to tell you.
Mike, you missed that one.
Oh, yeah. You really missed that one,
Yeah.
and you know I will let you hear about it.
Glad you missed that one.
Yeah.
Somebody said we should ban Yinka. What are we banning Yinka for?
What did I do?
No K, no Sprouse.
Because I said I don't want Chelsea top. I don't change. My guy.
Michael is saying wrong. Stop being spectator instead of maintaining. I guess he's talking about Conte against Manchester United.
You guys play Tottenham next, right? That's a big game. That is a big game.
I don't have no love for Tottenham.
But you're at home.
Yeah, to me, Tottenham is like Crystal Palace.
And there's no Kane.
I don't fear them. I'm sorry. With or without Kane, I just don't fear them. They're good. They have talent. Dele Alli is a talent. Son, Kane can finish, can shoot. But collectively as a team, they don't have a heart.
Is it the mentality?
Mentally, they're not there.
Yeah.
From the form they had last year, they should be in the top 2 or 3 right now.
They should.
They're just not there. I'm sorry.
I think the year that they lost to Leicester City was a year that we knew that, okay, they were close, but they couldn't quite push the envelope to carry them over the line.
Abi Adelema, thank you for joining, but I don't know why you're shouting Jose. I mean, we finished talking about Jose like 2 hours ago.
Is that his guy?
He's a Man U fan, don't worry. They all like Jose.
So what's next?
Arsenal, Europa.
Arsenal's playing well in Europa.
Are they going to win the Europa?
Nope.
Why not?
No, sir.
Why not?
Nope.
Why can't Arsenal win Europa?
Atletico's still there.
Why?
They will choke.
Atletico is still there.
Arsenal fans, where are you?
They will choke. Arsenal fans are humble. They themselves, they can't even. Arsenal's fans they bash Arsenal more than anybody.
Yeah.
You don't think if Arsenal...
Have you watched Arsenal TV?
All the time.
No.
It's my nighttime
Especially on
entertainment.
YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, that guy Robbie's made a lot of money, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
He's getting a lot of
But if
sponsors.
they get to if Arsenal get to the final against Atletico, you don't think they can win it? One game?
No way.
Nope. They will choke. They will find a way to choke.
So will Wenger now leave at the end of the season?
Oh, he has to.
Are you sure?
Honestly,
If Wenger wins Europa, they won't fire him. If he loses, he's gone. Right now, he's gone. That's the prevailing thing. He's gone. But he needs to do something extraordinary to keep the job. And Arsenal fans are going to hate their board. Because if he wins UEFA, gets them back in Champions League, guess what? He's staying.
He's staying, though. He's staying. Dude,
I don't see Arsenal leaving.
If they win Europa, you don't think he'll stay?
No, I don't see him leaving. Win or losing, you
They're up for him.
No, if he doesn't win, what do they need him for? To coach another Europa team?
I'm just saying.
So,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Arsenal fans, what do you guys think?
Call in.
Listen, they had a protest against. Have you seen the videos online?
Yeah.
They had a serious protest, and the man is now faced. And then they won 2 or 3 games, and then the protest is gone.
Look, the writing is on the wall. I think Arsenal fans are the one enabling this man because the minute they win a game, like you said, all of them are like, Wenger we trust, Gunners for life. But then, they lose 2 important games, and it's Wenger out. Yeah. So the fans are enabling him.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how.
Not just the fan, the board, but before we wrap, we have about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This is ludicrous. For sports fans, please, I don't understand this. For sports fans and owners. This story coming out of Greece.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That got the league suspended now. Is it back? Did they allow them to play now?
I haven't heard that. I think it's still suspended.
This is the problem with power. When you have so much power, you think you can bring a gun to the field and also bruise the field to threaten the referee because the calls did not go your way. What is going on? I mean, what did you guys think about that? I'm so annoyed.
I thought that was insane. First of all, I mean, it was a holstered weapon, yes. But to go on the football field with thousands of fans watching with a gun in your holster to go talk to the ref, I feel like they should ban his team and him from ever being anywhere near a football.
Instead of suspending the league, I think they should have actually banned him.
It's not the league's fault. They should make an example
They
of
should
him.
they should make him sell
the
his
team and get rid of him. He should never be near a football field.
That's why I like American sport. They would have made him sell the team.
Exactly.
Like, listen, you gotta sell the team. You gotta go. Period.
So punishing the whole league for that, man, just seems like
it doesn't make any sense.
Crazy. Right? But it's just symptom of our times, right? That's what's happening in our times today. Craziness everywhere.
I don't know. I don't know how they let him get through.
I mean, look at what happened at West Ham. During the West Ham game that they lost last week.
I saw that, the melee, right?
During the game, after 3-0, where everybody crowded the field, started shouting. They went to the owners of Darkest Boss, were throwing coins and throwing things.
I think that's the same thing that happened to Aguero, where Aguero was coming up to. Teams should be severely punished for that. If you allow your fans to invade the pitch while the opponents are still there,
deduct points.
Something has to happen because you're endangering players.
The thing is, fans these days, I've always said, I'm a fan myself. Yeah, this is ABL fan zone. We're all fans. We've taken the fanatic to a different level.
Yes.
We now think, we have so much more power because of what we can do on social media. And then we take it to the field. The people are... There's a guy, may so rest in peace, that died after the Chelsea-Barcelona game.
Oh, yeah, I saw that story.
Maybe he has a borderline health, I don't know, but this thing is a game at the end of the day. You're not making millions. Why would you run on the field and post a flag in the middle of the field?
Because people substitute their failures or successes with the football team. That's what's happening. When I was young, I used to hear about people jumping off roofs in Brazil because Brazil lost the World Cup game. You had stuff like that.
Guys, this is for fun. We're having fun here. This is why we do this.
People,
let's chill out.
Now, when the team's relegated, people lose their jobs. I mean, I can understand, the fact that they're trying to work towards that. But at the end of the day, it's just entertainment. Really.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
So we have about 5 minutes left.
We got some new people on. Erica joined as well. Thanks, Erica, for joining. Yinka David, thanks for joining as well. Yep.
Well, Yinka Davis, you're joining now. You missed all the Jose talk.
Jumoke Oladapo, thanks for joining. BB, thanks for joining.
Hey, Mr. Adedina, what's going on, bro? One of those Arsenal fans that has been humbled.
Arsenal fans, they're all very quiet.
Guardiola's first trophy. Are we not?
I mean,
some people call it Mickey Mouse. I don't call it Mickey Mouse. I call it a real trophy.
Okay, it's a.
To me, there's no Mickey Mouse cup.
Yeah, I love the cup.
There's
one Mickey Mouse
cup.
What's that?
Charity Shield is a Mickey Mouse cup.
Yes. The community shield.
Yeah,
that's that.
You know what they should do?
That's a Precision cup.
Do you count that cup?
You know what they should do?
Okay, right.
But with that cup, they should change it to North versus South. So like the northern teams, like United, Liverpool, and Co. join together, pick a best 11 versus the South, like
an all-star trophy.
Yeah, that's what they should do.
I don't like that community shield. It's not a trophy.
That's what they should do, making it like FA Cup versus. So what happens when a person wins both the FA Cup and the Premier League?
They pick the next person. It's happened before now.
It's happened before.
Yeah, they pick the next team. They pick the second place team in the league or something like that.
Idris Bello says Man U for life. Good luck with Jose running.
That's Mr. Shybell Media.
Yeah, but Pep's first trophy, I think it was good to have him do it, and the way in which they played. There was one move in which they played. No, it wasn't the game at Arsenal when that goal that Sané scored, where they played the tap playing like in 12 seconds.
Yeah,
oh my god,
that was pretty good.
Look at this Man City fan reminiscing.
Let's
wrap up, Joe.
All right, are we going to talk about these FA Cup matches?
You should.
Yeah, we should.
Tottenham Swansea, that 3-0. Yeah. So that's out the way. United, Brighton.
I watched that game.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of it.
I wasn't impressed.
United won 2-0.
It was horrible.
Brighton played better.
The real question is though, who do you guys think will win
FA Cup?
It's between Chelsea and
Tottenham. Yeah.
Chelsea and Tottenham.
Yeah, just Tottenham.
I like Chelsea to win, not because I'm a fan, but also because I like
Conte,
and I don't want Conte to go a year without a trophy.
I would rather Tottenham win so I can rub it in you guys' faces, but I feel like Chelsea's going to win.
Tottenham has no heart, man. They can't win nothing.
They
can't even win a Community Shield if they play in it.
I want Tottenham to win because at least he gets a cup. He will get something.
Pochettino needs to go and coach Rangers so that him and Brendan Rodgers can play against each other in the Celtic League or whatever.
So who's going to win? Let's be definite. Who's going to win? Let's be definite.
Chelsea's going to win it.
If we don't win, it's a disappointment.
I think Tottenham's going to win it.
I think Chelsea's going to win it.
Another lunch?
No, I'm not.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. You still owe me something from Real Madrid plus PSG.
I didn't owe you anything.
Yes, you do.
No, I do.
Okay, we'll talk off the air. We'll talk off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, anything else?
I think we need to talk about
MLS, man, your MLS.
Oh, MLS started, so I'm excited. Unfortunately, this United played today. They tied 2-2.
Yeah.
They played in Maryland. I'm excited about the new stadium. They lost last week to Atlanta.
Yep.
So this United, they've actually made some type of history today. So they went from a 72,000 stadium capacity at Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, last week. And in the same week, they played at Maryland Soccerplex with, I think it's 3,500 capacity.
Wow.
So they're the first team to play from the highest capacity in the league to the lowest. Wow. I didn't watch the game today because I was my kids this United game.
But I think an important thing we talk about is the CONCACAF Champions League.
Yes.
There's 2 American MLS teams in the semi-final.
Yes. Uche, in your face.
So let's assume that they both win their games or one gets to the final and they win. Do they go to the World Club Cup?
Yeah, the winner goes to the World Cup Club.
So you could have Toronto FC or New York Red Bulls playing against Real Madrid.
Yes.
And I can guarantee
back in the days, this United actually played.
I can guarantee you they're going to turn it on.
You have to.
Whoever wins the Champions League.
You have to. Remember, the World Cup club this year was Real Madrid and some unknown team. And Real Madrid only won by 1-0. It was actually a really, really good competition.
That was very interesting.
So I'm watching those 2 games. I think it's Toronto FC versus some other, I think Club America or some team, and then Red Bulls against another team.
And I promise, next episode in 2 weeks, I'm gonna have more to talk about MLS. The season is fully on now, so I'm really, really enjoying it. Obviously, really for this United. I like Atlanta FC, man. Yeah, they really spend a lot of money. New York FC is looking good.
They're doing good.
Red Bull's looking good. Toronto is also looking good. So there's a lot of good team, man. The league is picking up. We should go.
I'm ready.
This is United New York FC.
All you guys, am I good?
I'm ready.
This is United New York FC. Let's go.
We'll do that.
Yeah. We went last year.
We did
and we took the kids. So.
I remember that. I was supposed to go.
Yeah. So bring the family. We'll do it. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all your comments. It's good. Mr. Ade, thanks, man.
Thank you for having me.
Check that. Let's know your size, please, so we can send you your shirt because you won the competition again.
Yes. All right. Until next time, be blessed.
Bye.